and a few pages of manual calculations really compete with professional process simulation software used in industry? Or are we teaching students something obsolete in 2026? Today, we are putting manual CSTR design head to head with Aspen Plus. Same reactions, same feed, same conditions, no shortcuts. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly which one you should trust and why. Stay till the end because the final comparison shows a difference of less than 1%, and that result changes everything. Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemical Engineering and Aspen channel. Today we will be solving an example related to continuous stirred tank reactors, and here is the engineering problem which we will be solving today, that the feed stream which contains 50 kmol per hour of ethanol represented as A, 50 kmol per hour of diethylamine represented as B, and 100 kmol per hour of water represented as C is fed to the CSTR at 50 degrees centigrade and 354.5 kilopascal. The molar flow rate of the stream is 200 kmol per hour. The objective of the CSTR is to achieve 94% conversion of ethanol, which is A, for the liquid phase reaction, which is of second order, to produce triethylamine represented as D, and the reaction is A plus B, that ethanol and diethylamine reacts to produce water and triethylamine. The rate of reaction expression is minus RA is equal to KCA square, and the expression for K is written as K is equal to A exponential of minus E over RT. We have been given the values of activation energy. The value of E is 1 into 10 raised to the power 4 joule per mole. Temperature is 50 degrees centigrade. The value of A is 4775 liter per mole per hour. The value of R is 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. The pressure value is 3.5 atm, and the molar density in mole per liter is for ethanol is 16.6, for diethylamine 9.178, for water it is 54.86. So our first task is to do the manual calculations, and then we will go to the Aspen simulation, and finally we will compare both the results. Now going to the manual calculations, first thing is to calculate the average molar density, and how we can calculate is that 1 over rho is equal to summation xi over rho. Now we know the mole fraction of each component. In the feed, there are three components: ethanol, diethylamine, and water. The flow rate of ethanol and diethylamine is 50, and that of water is 100. So accordingly, the mole fraction for ethanol and diethylamine will be 0.25, while that of water will be 0.5. Correspondingly divided by their densities, we get 1 over rho as 0.0514, or reversing it to get the value of density, which is the average molar density, and that comes out to be 19.45 mole per liter. Applying the mole balance of CSTR, Fa naught x plus minus Ra into V is equal to 0. That is the equation for mole balance on CSTR, and every variable in this equation has a physical meaning. If your rate expression is wrong, your reactor size will definitely be wrong. Using the expression for conversion as a for concentration as a function of conversion, C of A is equal to Ca naught into 1 minus x. We have applied stoichiometry and we can get it. The rate of reaction expression is minus Ra is equal to Kca square, or R of A is equal to minus Kca square. Applying the design equation, V is equal to Fa naught x over minus Ra. Minus Ra is equal to Kca square, and that Ca is equal to Ca naught into 1 minus x. So accordingly, the expression will become as V is equal to Fa naught x over Kca naught square into 1 minus x whole square. Applying the formula to calculate the concentration, because the concentration is unknown here, we know the value of Fa naught, that is 50 kmol per hour. The value of x is 0.94. The K can be calculated from the values because we know the value of A, E, R, and T, but we do not know the value of Ca naught. So C A naught is equal to F A naught over V naught. That F A naught is the molar flow rate, while V naught is the volumetric flow rate. So for volumetric flow rate, we know how it can be computed by dividing the total flow rate to the average molar density. That is 200 kmol per hour divided by 19.45. The answer in liter per hour comes out to be 10282.78 liter per hour or 10.282 cubic meter per hour. Accordingly, C A naught can be calculated as F A naught over V naught, 50 divided by 10.282, and the answer will come out to be 4.862 mole per liter. If you do the unit calculations or unit conversions, you will get your required results. Calculation of CSTR volume for 94% conversion. V is equal to F A naught X over K C A naught square into 1 minus X whole square. F A naught is 50 kmol per hour, so it will be 50,000. X is 0.94. Here it will also be 0.94. For C A naught, it is 4.862, while the value of K is 115.277. The answer will come out to be 4790 liter. And if I take you to the K value expression, that 4775, 10,000 joule per mole, 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin, temperature is 323 Kelvin. So accordingly, once we apply the expression, K is equal to A exponential of minus E over RT, we get the value of K as 115.277 liter per mole per hour. So accordingly, manually, we have calculated that we need 4790 liter, the reactor volume, to achieve the 94% conversion. This result is obviously not guessed, it is earned. Now we will move to the Aspen Plus and we will now go for the validation of our manual results. The same chemistry, same feed, same conditions, no tuning, no tricks. So first thing is to add the components. What are those components? Number one is ethanol. If we search it and we will add it, then diethylamine. Number second, and we will not replace it, we will add it. Then obviously water. The third one in the system, we will again add it, but we will not replace it. And finally, triethylamine is our next component in the system. And again, we will add it. If you miss one component, Aspen will lie to you. Aspen will not give you the correct answer. Click on this next button. We will select the property package as NRTL, non-random 2 liquids. This choice alone can make or break your simulation. Clicking on next and then clicking on the run button to get the results available status. Now we will go to the simulation environment, and first thing is to add the reactor here, which is the CSTR. So we will click here, then we will do the connections of feed and product over here, control A, control B to adjust these. Now we will click on the feed stream and we will define 50 degrees centigrade, 354.5 kilopascal. The molar flow rate is total 200 kmol per hour. For ethanol, it is 50. For diethylamine, it is 50, while for water, it is 100. Then we will click on the CSTR. And now in Aspen latest version, you can see that there are different styles available: conceptual model, equipment-based model, consider mass transfer limits. The conceptual model is same as that of the previously studied systems, that we have to just define the operating conditions, we have to define the phase, and we have to just define the total volume of the reactor. But if we click on this equipment-based model, then this vessel is opened and we have to define whether it is horizontal vessel or vertical vessel, the port head type. It means that we have to define the geometry of that reactor. Today we are going to be very simple exercise. So we will go to this conceptual model. The pressure conditions will remain same as that of the feed. 50 degrees centigrade is the temperature. Valid phase is given to us that it is liquid phase. We will specify the reactor volume as 4790 90 liter as we have calculated. Then we will go to this kinetics and we will click on this new button to add the reaction of power law here, which is given to us. Now we will scroll it down. We will go to this reactions in input. We will add the reaction over here. What is the reaction is that ethanol reacts with diethylamine to produces water and triethylamine. The stoichiometric coefficient of reactants is 1, while that of the product is also 1. However, we have to define the exponent. We have been given the information that it is second order with respect to ethanol. So accordingly, we will specify exponent as 2 for ethanol. For diethylamine, it will be 0. And since it is an irreversible reaction, so for products, the exponent will be 0. If you don't understand kinetics, this step is obviously impossible for you to grasp. Now go to this kinetics. There is one change which you need to do because it is required for the Aspen Plus, that you have to select or you have to change this value of K. And for this, I will take you again to the slides that here you can see that A is 4775 liter per mole per hour. So we need to convert it to cubic meter per K mole per second. So how we can convert it? 4775 liter per mole per hour. 1 K mole contains 1000 moles, so mole cancel out with this mole. 1 hour contains 3600 seconds, so this hour cancel out with this hour. And 1 cubic meter contains 1000 liters, so accordingly we get the answer of 1.326 cubic meter per K mole per second. So accordingly we will specify 1.326 K mole per cubic meter per second, and that is 10,000 kilojoule per K mole. Accordingly, we will run our simulation to get the required results. And results are available with warning. For the time, we can ignore this warning because if I show you this warning is mainly related to the three-phase system, that it is suggesting us to use the three-phase system, that the stability check for the liquid phase stability criterion not satisfied with component water. Stability index is 1.1159, mole fraction is 0.7361, and the phase may be stable. So it is just suggesting us to use three phase, but overall our results are now okay. If we right click on it to get the required results, to see how much conversion has been achieved over here. So it goes from 50 to 2.78405. Diethylamine, same quantity, goes from 2.78405 because of same stoichiometric coefficient. Water, its initial flow rate was 100 kmol per hour, but now it has gone to 147 because 47.216 kmol per hour flow rate is generated because of the reaction. And since it is an irreversible reaction, so obviously water quantity will increase, and that of diethylamine quantity is also increased. Now coming here, that the conversion achieved from Aspen is 94.431%, while from manual calculations it was 94%. So if we calculate the percentage difference, it is 0.46%, which is less than half a percent. So it means that our manual and Aspen results complement each other, or they are reliable. If we go to the comparison of manual versus Aspen results, the manual calculations provide us deep understanding of the concept. These are very relevant for exam and interview purposes, validates our assumptions, but obviously these are time consuming, and if you are in rush, you can get many errors. For Aspen results, these are very fast, industrial standards, handles complex problems, but if you do not understand the theory and without applying the theory, you go directly to Aspen, it will be a black box and it will obviously be dangerous without theory. So you have to understand that Aspen does not replace manual calculations, it confirms them. If your manual result and Aspen result don't agree, the problem is not your Aspen, it's your understanding. Master the fundamentals and simulation becomes power not confusion. This breakdown helped you actually understand CSTR design. Please do like the video, subscribe, and comment manual or Aspen below. In the next lecture, we will push this further to another reactor system. Till then, it's goodbye. Stay tuned for more exciting videos on this channel.